Today, ladies, we're going to talk on heartbreak, and this video is not going to be for everybody. This is for the women that are finding themselves in a place of heartbreak or heartache, and you're sitting there thinking, or maybe you're laying there thinking on the couch that there's no way that you're ever going to be able to get up from this. And I'm here to tell you, ladies, that's just your head, and that is the devil working on you right now. And you've probably been through some really hard stuff. If that's you, this video is something that you're going to want to listen to. At this point in your life, this phase, just know that everything is a phase. Everything is a phase, good, bad, ugly. And this might be a really long phase that you're going through right now. But healing and find peace even in the heartache is possible. It is absolutely possible. There are things that you're going to have to do, things that you're going to have to let go of, mindsets, attitudes, people, environments, perhaps. Anything toxic that takes you down, you're going to have to let it go. And you might not want to. You might still love whatever it is that hurt you, or whatever heartache is in your mind, in your heart, and that's causing you pain. You might be in a place where you don't want to let it go, but you know that it's dragging you down into the pits of hell. Let's be honest, because that's probably where some of you are right now. And you will be able to find peace and joy. You don't think you will right now, perhaps. Maybe you do. Maybe you're starting to come up from it, but you're still not sure. And maybe you're 3 years later, 5 years later, 10 years later, but just know that you will come back and you will grow stronger and do the things that you need to do. But it comes down to you, ladies. It is your choice. It is your life. It is where you want to go, who you want to be, what you don't want to live with anymore, the pain, the heartache, the toxic life. I talk to a lot of women and coach a lot of women that are in verbal or physical domestic relationships, pathological cheaters and liars. And you might love that person, but when you find out what's really happening behind closed doors that you now know has been shined to light, let me just ask you and challenge you, is it really that person you're in love with? Or is it the story and the fictional character? Because let's be honest, if they're pathologically cheating and lying to you, or if they're pathologically lying to you, saying they're never going to drink again, they're not going to touch you again in a way that you don't welcome, they're not going to cheat on you again. You guys, if they are promising those things, but the actions do not follow through or lead with the action, you know the answer. You know it in your gut, and it hurts like a SOB, right? It hurts really bad, but there's no peace where you're at there. There's none. And that person that you're in love with is not treating you well. I can't say just walk away, because you will never just be able to walk away from somebody that you love. But when they're doing things that intentionally hurt you, intentionally bring you down, intentionally break you, and you find out about it, or you see it, or they show it to you, or somebody else tells you about it, and you have the facts. Now it's up to you. What do you do with that? Do you continue to stay there? Do you walk away? You can heal. You're not thinking that right now. You think that you're going to be stuck here forever. Maybe your financial situation might not allow for you to leave right now. Talk to a lot of women who are married, and that's the case. But when you find a way, when you have enough desire to change your life, you will find a way. You will absolutely find a way. You don't think that you don't think that you're going to be able to get off the couch and stop feeling sorry and stop crying. And you don't think that you're going to ever get back to the person that you are. And guess what? You will never. be who you are again. You'll never be that person ever, but you will. If you choose to, you will be stronger, wiser, smarter. Not saying you weren't smart, because let's be honest, we don't always see the picture and we are in our own feelings and we get blind to what's going on around us because of how we feel or because of our commitment to somebody. But when they continue to hurt you, who are you committed to? Are you committed to somebody that's a fictional character? Because if they're hurting you and lying to you, that person isn't even real. If they're lying to you and hiding things back here, that person doesn't even exist that you're in love with. You guys, I know that sounds so harsh and it's horrible. And that's a whole other beast you're going to have to get through. And you can do that, you guys. You can get through those things and you can come onto this amazing life. But you have to do the steps, the very, very painful steps in the beginning. And then when you're past those painful steps, then you have to do the baby steps, the crawling things that you need to do, letting go of the toxic thoughts, the toxic relationships, the things that you've started doing to yourself that are toxic, nasty self talk, nasty habits that you've done. You've been sitting on the couch more, you're eating more pizza, you're going for the comfort food, you're not spending time outside. So, all of these things are compounding against you, and guess what that is? That is the devil working in your life, taking you down with the thing that you valued the most. Maybe it's trust. You value trust in a relationship, and that thing got wrecked completely, multiple times perhaps. It wrecked a relationship, it wrecked something, it ruined you for a while. But if you have gumption, and if you don't yet, you will when you take the actions forward to get into your head in the right way. Focus on the things that are good in your life. Ladies, I can tell you some stories about myself and some of the stuff I've shared. Some of it I will never share, and that's okay. That is part of our story. We grow stronger because of our faith and growing it and moving forward and taking those actions and growing our mindset, fixing our health, getting out, taking care of the things that we need to do, focusing on gratitude and the good things in our life. It's so easy to focus on the crap, right? Our minds are naturally hardwired to focus on the negative things first. So when we have really tough things happen to us, you don't think you're ever going to get up. You don't think you're ever going to be able to feel happy or joy. I mean, forget about happiness at this point if you're in a really crappy place. You don't even feel like you're going to have peace in your life ever again. And you can have peace without happiness. It is possible. You can be in a really crappy space, in a crappy place in your life, but there's still peace in your life when you focus on you, your faith, your growth, the good things in your life, gratitude, moving forward, taking the action to get forward. You ladies, you can absolutely get through the hardest stuff in your life. You don't think that you can, but you can. Here's the cool thing. When you start taking those steps forward and you start doing the things that bring more peace into your life, maybe you won't be happy right away. That's very likely. If you're going through heartbreak, if you're trying to get to healing and finding that joy, it might not happen for a while. You know, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's real, right? I don't do fake here. If you're looking for fake BS, fluffy BS, go somewhere else. That's not what I'm focusing on. Yes, positivity, but reality in it. And life can be really hard sometimes. But I can tell you that without faith, Without taking the steps forward, you will not heal, you will not find peace, and you certainly won't find happiness and joy over here in your future or in your present. So, what's it going to be? Are you going to start now? Are you going to start taking the daily action? Are you going to start letting go of the crap that broke you, the people that broke you, the life that broke you, the job that's wrecking you, whatever it is? Get away from it. If it's toxic for you, it doesn't matter if you love it. I'm sorry, that is not what some of you want to hear. But when you've been in that situation and you come out, I've been in that situation, ladies, and I'm never going to stand here and say to stay. If somebody is hurting you, if somebody is constantly beating you down, physically, emotionally, mentally, we could sit here and debate emotional and physical abuse and which one's worse all day long. And they're both hell. They both are hell. Whatever relationship thing you're in, emotional, physical abuse, pathological cheating and lying, which is emotional abuse. And part of the healing process, this sounds crazy, but part of it is knowing that that person, if they're lying to you all the time and you find out about it, it's up to you to change it. You can't change their behavior, right? You cannot change them. Ladies, it's never happening. You can't change somebody who doesn't want to change or who doesn't see that they're doing things that are hurting you or who thinks that what they're doing is acceptable and right and good because they're so messed up in their own head. Get away. Get out. Run, run, run. Don't stay because you won't heal. You won't grow. You will continue to pivot downward. And you guys, there is healing and peace and joy and happiness on the other end of doing the things that you need to do. And if you want help, reach out to somebody that can help you. Maybe it's me, maybe it's some of my services I offer, maybe it's something completely different. I get paid for some of the services that I offer, but I will tell you here and now that I am not here just to make money. I am here to be able to help women get out of their head, focus on gratitude, grow their faith, step forward, build their confidence, and have peace and purpose in your life. And if that's you, you're on the right channel, and I am here with you. And I have helped and walked through this with countless clients. So, ladies, please just know that you don't think you can get to the next step. Maybe you don't think you can get from where you are if you're down in the pits to some really shiny, amazing, beautiful things over here because you're still right here and the devil has you right there. Let me ask you this. If you're a woman, like a lot of us, if you're a mom, if you're a strong woman, even though you've been broken down, let me ask you this. Are you tenacious? Are you a woman that has gumption and you're like, oh, hell no, I'm not going to stay here. I'm getting the F out of this situation, or I'm getting the F out of this mindset, or I am losing the weight that I need to lose, or I am going to make sure that I'm not focused on the crap in my life and I'm going to get to the good stuff in my life. Because guess what? What we focus on, who we focus on, that's where our minds go, our hearts go. So if you're focusing on somebody that is hurting you all the time, or that a life that isn't even real and you're staying in there, that's where you're going to stay stuck. But if you want to focus on what is good and what is right and what is noble and pure, listen to scripture. It talks about it in there, and it is amazing the blessings that God wants in your life. And if somebody is hurting you, and if you're in a heartbreak or heartache situation, I am here to tell you, ladies, that you are meant for so much more. You're meant for great things in your life. You're meant to have blessings. You are meant to have somebody who cares about you, who loves you, who wants you, and who treats you with love, honor, and respect. And if that's not a new man someday later, because you're probably in a place where if you're in a crappy spot with a relationship, you might be thinking there is no freaking way out here that there's somebody that I would even look at, even consider. But then guess what? When you heal, if you heal, and if you do the things, that person might show their face, maybe not. That person may not even exist. But you know what? How do you know? How do you know? And you know what? That person may or may not ever be coming into your life. But you know what? You know who that person can be? The one that loves you, honors you, respects you, treats you like the queen that you are. You. You have a choice. You have a choice to take care of yourself, to treat yourself, honor yourself, love yourself. And that doesn't mean to negate and neglect the other people in your life, but it means to put on your armor, put on the armor that God has for you, grow your faith, and put Him on as the armor. And it is amazing, amazing the healing, the purpose, and the confidence that you're going to build when you do those, when you take that action, when you grow that relationship. I'm here to tell you, between myself and the clients that I've worked with, that there is total power in moving forward and letting go and restoring and growing and having that confidence. And you, if you take the actions to make it happen, you will see it. It will not be hidden, and the devil will continue to lose. So put on the armor of God, get the devil out of your head, and move forward.